It's in places like Matlock in Derbyshire that the future of the Labour Party is being decided. Meetings of local constituency Labour parties in every corner of the kingdom.
Hopefully we're going to have a really, really good debate. I know there's going to be strong opinions on every side.
Before the meeting starts, I have a chance to catch up with some of the members to see whether their support for their leader has soured.
The failure of leadership was for the people around Corbyn, because from the very beginning there were so many media leaks and little bits of things about him not being suitable. But in fact, how can you say he's not suitable? His vision is excellent and so many of us followed him.
Just because a small minority of the party, which is a majority of a faction of the party, which are the MPs, are against him, does not mean he should go.
But aren't the MPs more than just a faction of the party?
No, they are a faction of the party. They are a faction of the party. And if you want to listen to the party and you want members to be involved in the party and you give them the right to join the party or even just pay £3 to have a say in the leadership, you cannot take that away from them because you don't like the decision they've made.
If the Labour MPs feel that the Labour Party is unrepresentative of their views or the views of their constituents, they're perfectly within their rights to refuse the Labour whip.
Even for Corbyn's detractors, it's hard to oppose without an alternative.
Why have we got to second guess the Parliamentary Labour Party? There are no candidates. There are no credible candidates coming forward.
That they haven't come
yes,
forward?
it does. Yes, it does. There is all this movement against the leader, but nobody is standing up and saying, I can do a better job.
The PLP are acting in a sense of frustration because they are very keen and eager to bring about change and bring about change to help ordinary people.
Is that why they abstained on the welfare bill and why the previous Shadow Chancellor said he would accept some cuts to tax credits?
The person who has been most touted is Angela Eagle. Do any of you have much enthusiasm for an Eagle candidacy?
Not at all. I don't think the Labour Party should return to New Labour style.
I also don't think we should have a return to the days of Michael Foot and have a split in the party which led to the SDP. And we haven't got an alternative candidate out yet. Owen Smith's name is also being touted as well. So let's wait and see.
What about Owen Smith? Would there be more support, do you think, for Owen Smith?
No.
There's not a vacancy.
Well,
We've got a leader, and the leader has said he's staying put.
The Labour Party isn't about one man, and we need, in order to be able to do that job effectively, then Jeremy Corbyn needs the support of his MPs, and it seems that he doesn't have that.
In the event of another leadership election, how many of you think that Jeremy Corbyn would likely win? And in the event of another leadership election, how many of you think you would likely vote for him yourself?
Many of their comrades agree. During the meeting, 3 motions were put down in support of Jeremy Corbyn. All 3 were overwhelmingly carried.
All of the motions here passed tonight were in favour of the leader, but maybe the people who will determine the next leader of the Labour Party aren't the people here at all, but the people joining the party to vote against Jeremy Corbyn.
Yeah, it was.
The rebels have to hope there are lots of people out there like Erica and her daughter Amy from Cleethorpes. They're 2 of the 60,000 people who have joined the party since the referendum. They've never been a member of a party before, but are joining Labour now to vote for anyone but Corbyn.
I've always voted. I think it's very important to vote. But I feel that the party that I normally vote for isn't there anymore. And I feel that the next election I wouldn't know who to vote for. Just generally feels like Momentum have got the car keys and they've gone for a joyride and they're not letting us have the car back. And they'd rather drive it off a cliff than give up power, because this is their moment. I read that so many people are joining and Momentum say it's to join to vote for Corbyn, and I know I joined to vote against Corbyn, and I think he'll hang on, and I think it'll be the end of the party. I think it could split the party because people like me that traditionally always vote Labour won't vote for Jeremy Corbyn in the next election.
Will you vote for him in the next election?
No.
Who would you vote for instead?
That's a tough one. I don't think I could vote Tory. I think it would have to be the Lib Dems because I use my vote. I think it's very important to vote, and I feel that I don't have anyone to vote for.
And you've always voted Labour?
Always voted Labour.
But the other side are entrenched and expanding too. Patrick Smith is secretary of Hull North Labour Party and a Momentum organiser.
Since the coup was launched last week, we've seen more than 30 members a day joining, so we're growing pretty rapidly, and I'd say that's all thanks to Jeremy Corbyn.
Do you think it's fair to say that Labour is in a state of civil war right now?
Absolutely. I mean, how could you describe it any other way? But it's the MPs who've gone to war with the membership, not the membership who've gone to war with the MPs.
And do you feel like you're going to win in that war?
Yeah. There's a lot more of us than there is of them.